Good morning, everyone. I am live. Welcome back to the channel, Run Up the Score 21. Happy Monday to everyone who has that Super Bowl hangover. Congrats to the Kansas City Chiefs. Nonetheless, let's talk some boxing, man. And everybody's out there. Who's Andy Ruiz's next trainer going to be? Which trainer can save Andy Ruiz's career? Which trainer could get Andy Ruiz back motivated and back in the gym and back in shape? Look, the only person who can save Andy Ruiz's career, the only person that can get Andy Ruiz's career back on track is Andy Ruiz. You have to be self-motivated. Look, there are certain athletes, when they get success, they keep grinding, keep getting after it. What do I have to do next? Tom Brady, Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl. You just have to have the mentality. And Andy Ruiz, if he wins the heavyweight champion of the world, championship of the world, beats Anthony Joshua, and then goes on an eating binge, eating In-N-Out burgers left and right, drinking, carrying on, partying, commercial after commercial after commercial, and he's not in the gym training, that's on him. That's not on the trainer. I remember the news cycle clearly when it was 8 to 10 weeks out from the Joshua rematch, and Robles, his trainer, and his camp is saying, I can't get this guy back in the gym. I can't get him back in the gym. We were supposed to start training last week. He's MIA. That's not on Robles. Look, you can get a guy like Teddy Atlas, Goosen. You get these guys who are hardliners, want you in the gym a certain amount of hours in the week, hours in the day, certain amount of rounds per day, certain amount of rounds per session, a certain amount of sparring sessions. But if the guy's not motivated enough to be there, if he's just present, then they can't do anything for his career. Only Andy Ruiz can. And look, at a certain point, I've stressed this on the channel before, a fighter is who he is. When you're talking about a guy 30 fights in, 25 fights in, he is who he is at this point. There's no retraining a dog at that point. You got to train him when he's a puppy. Okay, so if a guy is a certain way, if he's not self-motivated, look, you can change him for a little while, maybe a fight, maybe two, but 3 to 5 fights out, no, he's the same guy. He's the same guy. So if I'm picking a trainer, look, I would have stayed with Robles, to be honest, but if I'm picking a trainer, I pick an offensive-minded fighter like a offensive-minded trainer like a Freddie Roach, somebody like that, somebody who can have him aggressive early in fights before he starts to fade. That's who I'm looking for in a trainer if I'm picking a trainer, if I'm his team. But this notion that he's going to pick a trainer who's going to all of a sudden get his career back on track or whatnot, or just change him into a completely different fighter. Look, it just 9 out of 10 times it doesn't happen. A guy goes with a separate trainer. Maybe he changes for a fight or two, but he's back to the same thing. Back to the same thing. You're not going to change his style that much, and you're definitely not going to change his mentality. So what I'm saying is Andy Ruiz is who he is. He's Andy Ruiz. He'll be motivated for certain fights. Others he won't. He'll have an up and down, inconsistent career. He has a ceiling to do great things, as he did against Anthony Joshua in the first fight. But he'll also have the tendency to, if he can't get up for an Anthony Joshua rematch, then let's say he fights a fringe top 10 guy. He's not going to be motivated for that fight. He's just not. So Andy Ruiz is who he is. Only Andy Ruiz can save his career. Certain athletes are self-motivated and can keep going and can keep grinding. Certain fighters or athletes, when they get success, that's it. They fall back down. Inconsistency. And that's Andy Ruiz. Doesn't matter who his trainer is, man. That trainer is not going to change him overnight. And when they do change him, I think it'll be short-term change. Very limited change. And then he's back to who he is. So Andy Ruiz is Andy Ruiz. Only he can save his career, man. Stop making excuses for these fighters. And let's stop throwing people under the bus. It's not Manny Robles' fault that Andy Ruiz lost his fight. They wanted him in camp early. He didn't show up. That's on Andy Ruiz. What's up, Brian David? That's on Andy Ruiz. They wanted him in camp for Anthony Joshua 10 weeks out. 8 weeks out. The guy was eating cheeseburgers. It is what it is. So y'all catch me on the next video, man. I'm out. Peace.